Hello, welcome to another edition of The Footprint. Today we are here to walk in the footprints of a veritable Ghanaian, somebody who has walked the path, seen all, done that, been there, been everywhere that you can think or imagine. We'll go and watch this video that is coming up next, and when we come back, we'll delve into our conversation with the man that I'm talking about. Welcome, my name is Samuel Attah-Mensah.
Born and raised in Botiano in Accra in the Gold Coast, Joshua Attoh Quarshie is a man whose name appears in discussions around pre- and post-independence political activism. Working as a young government transport driver, he actively followed the newly formed United Gold Coast Convention, UGCC, in the 1940s and witnessed the breakaway of the Convention People's Party, CPP. Following in that tradition, he later became one of the founding members of the New Patriotic Party, NPP. Joshua Attoh Quarshie shares a story which features the big names in the history of Ghanaian politics. He is on Footprints now.
Mr. Attoh Quarshie,
Sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Very well. How are you doing?
By His grace.
We thank God. We thank God. How old are you now?
Oh, roughly over 95.
Wow. You know, when you said roughly, I was waiting for 79, 80, and see the ease with which he just said roughly over 95. It's 95 and counting. Wow. God has blessed you.
By His grace.
We thank God. Good. So we are here in your home, and you can hear the dogs barking. So that tells you that we are in the home. So don't worry. Don't run away anywhere. This is Choco, is that correct?
Yes,
this area.
Choco Chemuna.
Choco Chemuna.
Yes.
Good. And you've been living here for how long?
Oh, over 40 years now.
You've been living in this house for over 40 years, which means that sometime in the 70s.
Yes.
And you had this huge building in this area in the 70s.
Well, we were cast into prison somewhere 1957, 58. And after we were released by Kotoka and Afrifa, here is the place
That you put up.
I put out the building here.
Wow. Now tell us about your own beginning, because your name keeps popping up in all the cycles of our governance systems, the different leaders that we have seen, right from pre-Nkrumah days to Nkrumah, to Kotoka, Afrifa, to General Ankara, and General Ankara in particular. He was your friend, right?
Yes.
Good. And then you moved on to Kutua Champo and the rest. And you've seen it all.
Yes.
So where were you born?
I was born in Botiano.
In Botiano.
Yes.
And Botiano, you mean
It's
the
a
present
village.
day Botiano?
Accra village.
Accra village by the sea.
Yes, seaside.
Which is Botiano currently is after Dansoman along the beach.
Oh, yes. Aplaku,
Aplaku, Tetegu, Aplaku,
Oshie,
Kokrobite. Good. And how was the life back in the day? Botiano, growing up in Botiano.
Botiano is a village which grows more onion
At the time.
And tomatoes, okra, pepper. They produce a lot.
A lot.
But now, the crooks among the good have sold the land.
You mean the crooks?
The crooks.
You mean the thieves?
The useless people among them. They have nothing to desire for better of the
environment.
Yes, than to sell the land. Just
so the lands, the Botiano lands have been taken.
Oh, I've been taking farmlands. It's a beautiful farmland, though it's in the shore.
Yes.
But they grow.
Because just across the hills.
Yes, they grow cassava, maize, tomatoes, etc.
Onions, as you said.
Onions.
Okay, so you went to elementary school in Botiano?
We were the people, the 35.
1935.
They start school at the Botiano. And
how many of you?
Oh,
not too many,
few.
I guess.
Just about 20.
Oh, okay. And did you have to belong to a prosperous family to be given the opportunity to go to school at the time?
Oh, actually, my grandfather was one of the big fishermen.
Of course.
And he had a village, his own village, called Uejo.
Say that again.
Uejo Shishi.
Uejo
Shishi.
Shishi. Was it in the neighborhood?
Yes, in the beach side.
Oh, okay.
Now it's in the sea.
The sea has taken over Uejo
Shishi.
So Uejo Shishi is gone?
It's gone. But the part of it remained near Tetogbu.
Tetogbu, okay. So now this is moving to the Tula area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Tuba is far from us.
Oh, it's far from you. Okay. All right. Okay. So elementary school in the area.
Yes.
And then what happened after elementary school?
Well, I couldn't complete the full term of elementary school, and it happened that I have to learn some professional this thing, such as either fitting or driving. So after that, I came to Accra here.
Okay.
And then start cornmeal mechanics at UTC. And then from there, I went to ADRA.
You mean the Adventist?
ADRA.
The Adventist
transport, yes.
Okay.
To learn how to drive.
Okay.
I was there for some time. Then switched to government transport. There I became a full driver.
Oh.
And
so you were one time and what we call STC driver.
Yes. It's called government transport.
Government transport. It used to be green.
Yes. Near the new High Court.
Okay.
There the transport was.
Is it where you have Ghana Club?
No, the High Court.
The new High Court building.
The new High Court. Near Old Printer.
Yes.
Old Printer.
Yes, that's old publishing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cocoa House or something we call it.
Oh, now that takes me to another.
Court.
Cocoa.
They turn it into
the Cocoa Court. Yeah, I see that place.
House.
So on the high street.
Yes, on the
From
high
the high street towards the stadium.
Yes.
Okay, I see where you're talking
We are not
about.
far from. We are not far from Registrar General.
Correct. So that's where you were?
Yeah, for years.
So which year are you talking about?
I'm talking about somewhere 49.
1949.
47, 49. You see? And there, 1947, when United Gold Coast Convention was formed, and we start to follow our leaders, such as Dr. J.B. Dankwa, Obechebi Lamte, Koi Labi, Obu Adaban Labi, Adumwa Bosman, Niamo Lenu. Denta Adamafio was a journalist, and then Akwaji also the same. Before Akwaji went to United States, you see.
So at this time, you were still working with government transport as a driver.
As a driver.
Okay. And UGCC was formed.
Yes, 1947.
Now, how did you hear about the formation of UGCC?
Well, as time goes on, we heard that a party had been formed at Salt Pond.
Mm-hmm.
And then the branch is open at Accra here.
Correct.
Yes, and then we used to follow the leaders.
Mm-hmm.
Till let's say Dr. Dankwa, Obeche Bilante, Pa Grant. We used to follow them.
Okay. Did you ever go to Salt Pond yourself, or you were too young at the time?
I was too young.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but you followed?
Yeah, I followed them.
What's your own memory of what happened which led to that meeting in Salt Pond?
Well, when the whole rallies, we the boys used to pack the chairs and other things and then listen to the leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, I realized that if you are in the country and something goes on for the interest of the nation, you also must participate in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I put myself into
action.
And so we were the boys following the leaders.
Will you consider yourself then as present day what we call foot soldier?
Oh, I was younger than that.
Oh, you were younger than that. But you're driving an STC bus.
It is so. It is so. But we had people like J.C. Smith, Mr. Attah-Mensah, and then our elder brothers are Attah-Mensah, Akwaji.
Is it Tayo
Attah-Mensah and Akwaji.
These are the big boys there.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are our senior brothers.
But we are told that within this period that you talk about, there were groupings.
Yes.
Who, what do you call it? You know what happened at Ayawaso recently about people taking the law into their own hands and fighting on behalf of their political parties. I am told that at that time, we had different factions in Accra, mostly boxers or people who were training to be boxers. Is that correct?
Actually, if you are in a country, you must fight for what the country need to fight for, such as freedom for the citizens. And so we were told that the Europeans are riding over us, and then time has come for us to rule ourselves. So we, the young boys, also followed them. So some of us followed the leaders, particularly Dr. J.B. Dankwa in Accra here, and then Obeche Bilante, who championed the cause. They were inspired by Pa Grant.
That's correct. Let me hold you here. Now you talk about Obeche Bilante, you talk about J.B. Dankwa. At this time, where was Kojo Thompson?
Oh, they were a Mambi party. At that time, political party has not been formed.
Okay.
Mambi party.
Gamabi party.
No, Mambi.
Mambi party.
Party.
Okay. Is that different from the Gamabi?
No, solo Gamabi.
Okay.
You see? So Mambi party were Kojo Thompson days.
Okay. This was before the
Before Pa Grant called
everybody together.
His friends to come together. You see, Mambi party was there. But when Pa Grant mobilized the forces to fight for self-government, most of the people come together. But then, Kojo Thompson time has passed and gone.
Okay.
So it came to the era of Park Grant.
Park Grant.
And when you talk about Park Grant, then you talk about Dr. J.B. Dankwa. You see, and Obeche Bilante. These are the people we must give respect to.
So you keep talking about Park Grant, and he is somebody who is said to from the Western region,
Western region
and Central, Western and Central,
Central Western.
Okay, at the time.
Yes.
Okay. Now, will you credit Park Grant for being the founder of Ghana?
Of the nation. For independence.
Why do you say that?
Yes.
It's always been some debate here or there.
Ghanaians, our years are hard.
What we were. Thank you.
You see, one thing you can tell the people today, you tell them tomorrow, you next tomorrow, yet they go the way.
Because they've made up their mind.
Yes. This was caused by the differences between the socialists and capitalists. These are the two factions which always try to divert the truth to lies. You see, why should I say so? So-called socialists, they propound some theories they cannot practice. When you put them in a proposition, either they squander their money, but when they stand outside, they can preach something.
Yes, very attractive.
Yeah, attractive with their voice, and they organize something. During this time, they don't want people to listen to the old people. So when the old people go to rally, they organize things. I think we'll come to that point.
Yes.
You see, because this is most important than even my life. Because some of us watch the events.
Thank you.
And follow them. And I wonder why people fail to tell the truth than tell lies upon lies upon lies. I always say that the training the British government gave us, if we follow it, this country would have been a showpiece to the whole of Africa. Because they train Gold Coast people proper. We behave well.
Wow.
We fear God. And we know who is your elder. You see? But let me bring this thing to closer because it's a long story.
Yeah.
If we can narrate it, it will take us 2 days, 3 days. But to cut it short, United Gold Coast Convention was formed. Put my private life and everything aside. Let's start from there. Because the children of today want to know the truth.
The truth.
And we must tell the children the truth.
So it was formed after Park Grant.
Park Grant was the one who
formed the United
Gold
Coast Convention. Okay. And was he to become the leader?
He was the founder.
And leader.
I think this is inauguration speech by Park Grant.
Park Grant.
And you need to read this thing and give copies to everyone.
I have seen this speech. I have read this speech, and it was sent by Akwaje.
Extract from.
Wow. With to Dr. Dankwa.
Yes. You see,
and you still have a copy of this?
Yes, I have a copy.
Wow.
You can take this one.
Thank you. I'll frame it. I'll put it in a frame.
This is what the children need to learn.
Otherwise, the crooks will change the story again.
Oh, yes. The socialist thieves.
But how did you get into politics yourself?
Well, I was in government transport. And when the United Gold Coast Convention was formed, as I said, we used to go to the rallies, listen to the people. And I realized that some leaders who are sacrificing and trying to free us from colonial bondage. So in fact, there I realized that if you are in a canoe, you must try to help to
paddle,
take away
the water.
So, though I was young, but I followed them closely. And when they were introduced, the leaders in Accra here, Dr. J.B. Dankwa, V. Biana, Justice Anand's father, was the treasurer for United Gold Coast Convention. And Obeche Bilante, and also they were the people in the Legislative Council, himself and Dr. J.B. Dankwa.
Representing
the Gold Coast people, fighting for self-government.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah.
But we must give all respect to Pa Grant, because this speech, when you read this speech, at the end of it, you see the cable Nkrumah sent from London to Dr. J.B. Dankwa. And the reason why I like Dr. J.B. Dankwa, J.B. Dankwa fought hard for this country. Though Pa Grant was the founder, but he got a good supporter, Dr. J.B. Dankwa.
In the person of J.B. Dankwa?
Yes, personally.
What was his work
when
at
the whole
time?
Group in the council,
the Legislative
Council, fighting for constitution, Dr. J.B. Dankwa, he alone, made one-man constitution, draft his own personal constitution. Go and search in the archives. He made 24 hours. He drafted his own personal constitution.
On behalf of what was to become Ghana?
To become Gold Coast. Ghana. In fact, Dankwa day and night prepared this constitution.
Now tell me, we'll be coming to another interesting thing about, this politics. Prior to the name change from Gold Coast to Ghana, I have read some political groups that came up way before the name Ghana was adopted, which were using Ghana, Ghana Congress Party, Ghana National Party, and meanwhile we're still Gold Coast. So was it the case that people referred to ourselves as Ghana before, or what was this about this Ghana name?
Ghana name was revealed to Ghanaians by Dr. J.B. Dankwa.
Oh, okay.
By his own research, his educational research. He discovered that some of the Ghanaians came from an empire of Mali called Ghana. The leader was Sogan.
Yeah.
You see? So when Dr. Dankwa wrote all these things, Nkrumah was not in the country. As for Kwame Nkrumah, I see no reason why people give him some artificial praises which he don't deserve at all.
Okay.
Ghanaians must follow the truth.
We'll come back and talk about the pre-independence struggle.
Anything you want to ask me. What I know, I'll tell you.
Yes.
Things people hide. I just see no reason why.
They shouldn't
people
be
don't
hiding
want to
things.
speak the truth.
You said they are crooks.
Oh, they are crooks.
Thank you.
Irresponsible.
Okay,
idiots.
so you are watching Footprint on Citi TV, and today I'm here with Mr. Joshua Attoh Quarshie. He is looking well at this age, 95 years and counting. And as you can hear, there's a lot that he has to tell us about where we have come from, his personal experience and interaction with our system, and what truths that he thinks Ghanaians should know. This is The Footprint. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to the program. This is Footprints on Citi TV. My name is Samuel Attah-Mensah, and I'm here with, I'm tempted to call him Dr. Attoh Quarshie, because the wealth of knowledge and information that this man has is a whole PhD sitting down here. So, Mr. Attoh Quarshie, yes, welcome back to the program.
Yes, sir.
So now you are almost into politics yourself.
Yes.
What role did you play, and when you finally got into politics?
Well, I was in government transport, as I said, from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I used to listen to the lectures delivered by Dr. Dankwa and others. Mm-hmm. I mentioned a lot of people,
yeah,
including Dr. Amato.
Dr.
Amato and others. Kobran Kesi in Kumasi side. LT Domo, Tolona and others.
Yes.
And these are the people who were all UGCC.
Okay, so you are talking about Kobran Kesi, who was part of the UGCC.
Oh yes, he was a UGCC member.
SB
and
Dombo.
Isaac Asafwaji.
Dr. Isaac Asafwaji.
Yes.
He is actually credited to a high degree in this whole UGCC thing.
Oh yes, he was a UGCC. Down to Accra, Vibiana, Ashri Secretariat.
Yes.
At Accra, Newton.
Yes.
We Gans call him Kobran Abolo.
Kobran Abolo.
And then, lest we forget this man, Sakwa Manti. President Abdul Manti, former MP for Osu Klote.
Yeah.
His grandfather.
Yeah.
Sakwa Manti. These are the people who have background.
Sakwa Manti.
Yes. United Gold Coast Convention.
Yeah.
You see,
it's a name I know quite well. So
yes. And ladies like Mankai Sasraku.
Mankai Sasraku.
Yes.
Who was this person?
And Mrs. Alote. Ghana Trading. Buku Alote.
Yes, Buku Alote. Who recently passed on. Yes.
Mother.
Oh, okay.
They are one women who help to finance
the party, the movement. Right.
So I used to go there, listen to them, and my heart clicked to them. So
at this time, you had moved from Botiano, is that correct?
Oh, long time.
Oh, Chonshiame. So where were you living? Where in Ghana, Accra were you living?
Otu Street.
Where is that?
Otu Street is the street, old SEOA at Accra, Jamestown, Oshatan.
Yeah, what we used to call Soche. Soche.
Yes, Soche.
Soche.
Then you come to Manchobli. You see, that was the Otu. That is the Otu Street
leading to
Sakmo Trunshi.
Okay.
Bukom,
yes.
You see, I live on that.
But that would be considered middle of town.
Oh yes, Bukom Square.
Because that's where the action was.
Oh yes. There I formed the Tokyo Joe.
We'll be getting to this Tokyo Joe thing. I actually almost preempted you on this Tokyo Joe. Because this Tokyo Joe group was a very active youth group.
Oh yes. We formed the Tokyo Joe. We gathered Dr. Dankwa and others. At times when the CPP was formed, they used to harass Dr. Dankwa and others at Adabraka.
Yeah.
So I formed a group also. Lest we deviate from the main thing there. I was in government transport.
Yes.
Following the leaders. And my heart clipped to Dr. Dankwa's side. And because I realized that it's the man who is helping Park Grant to champion the cause of our independence. So we organize ourselves. In the evening like this, we go to Dr. Dankwa's place, playing guitar and other things to inspire him. Yara Dankwa. We the Ghana say we cannot speak the tree
properly.
Yara Dankwa wa abo modern Ghana. Ula Dankwa edawa seoda. Ula Dankwa wa abo modern Ghana. Ula Dankwa odinyame dawasi. You see? Oh yes, to help, to inspire Dr. J.B. Dankwa, who wrote his own personal constitution.
Thank you.
He wrote it with dexterity by assiduity and presented it before the...
you said he wrote it with dexterity?
Dexterity by assiduity.
But by assiduity?
Assiduity. And presented it to the
colonial...
And he presented it to the colonial government. Oh yes. They brought the governor into the box. He said, when I speak your own language and you can't understand it, you say, pardon, then I'll repeat it. Oh yes, he was the one who brought the governor to the box. So as I said, Dr. Dankwa tirelessly fought hard for this nation.
Right.
His own cousin, Oforiata, including Thibaut Darko and others, when they went to England, they frustrated Dr. J.B. Dankwa. He suffered because they said the chiefs were the people who should meet the Europeans. But Dr. Dankwa is opening the youth eyes that the Europeans can meet the youth instead of the chiefs.
The chiefs, right.
So Dr. Dankwa became enemy to their own brothers.
Right.
So
Dr. Dankwa also hails from Chebi, is that correct?
Yes, Akimabuakwa.
Okay, the Buakwa area.
Yes. You see? So, in fact, I followed these people till one day, Mr. Pra was the head of state transport. So Pra said, well, if we can take from that angle, I think we will lose a lot of things because we have to know how CPP come to be.
Yeah.
You see, you have to know all these things. And so we have to go step by step for the children to follow the truth.
That's correct.
So United Gold Coast Convention was one we follow until the time when Akwaji arrived.
From the United States?
From the United
UK.
Good. When they finished his law, he came to London because the colonial government don't recognize American degree
at the time. Yes.
So if you made a law at the United States, you come to Temple Inn, and then from Temple Inn, the British government can allow you to practice. In their colonies.
Okay.
You see, so when Akwaji finished, where he met Nkrumah first at the United States, he came to London, and there, Ashinekwe was then Secretary General, Cocoa Farmers Union, colony. At that time, cocoa hasn't reached Ashanti, no cocoa there. So CCC, Chief Colony, Commissioner of Colony. So Cocoa Farmers Union, colony. Ashinekwe was the General Secretary.
In Ghana?
In Ghana, here, Gold Coast.
Okay.
And he lives at Sohum. So he went to London to study law, to come and protect the cocoa farmers.
Unions, yes.
And there, the West African people, Mbadiwe and others, who are studying in England, formed Pan-African Congress. And they made Achinekwe chairman of it. So that diverted his mind from studying law into politics. So when Akwaje arrived in London, Ashinekwe and others invite Akwaje to be the same secretary for the Pan-African Congress with the Nigerians, Sierra Leoneans, and etc. And Akwaje said, well, he is going to is preparing to go back to
Ghana.
Gold Coast.
Gold Coast, yes.
So he had a friend who has no professional degree, so he can be a general secretary, and he's suffering in United States. So his
friend is suffering.
Nkrumah used to pump toilet before he got his daily bread.
He used to do what?
Pump, old toilet.
Yes.
They used to pump like this.
Yeah.
He used to do. And
after he completed his studies in the U.S.
Nkrumah never studied anything. Socialists put all these things to Nkrumah. What he studied? When they call him Dr. Nkrumah, he appeared before Washington Commission. Go and study the Washington Commission. They say, really, are you a doctor? He said, no. He's trying to write his thesis for theology, and then he never finished before he was called to this. So he is not a doctor. Go and study the Washington Commission.
Kwame Nkrumah did not study in the university in the U.S.
Look, there are crooks universities in the world.
Okay.
Some people buy. Some people do a lot of crook things and put it aside.
Yeah.
Now Akwaje recommend him. So he was invited by this group to...
Let me just take you a step back. Now, what about Kwame Nkrumah, who is a hustler in the U.S., would make such an enlightened Akwaje invite him to become, to hold such a sensitive position?
Akwaje was Nkrumah master, because Nkrumah has no family to send him money.
Okay.
In United States for any study. But Akwaje used to receive money
from Ghana.
From Gold Coast.
Gold Coast.
So Nkrumah rather follow Akwaje.
Okay.
You see? So when Akwaje came to London, he introduced Nkrumah to the people.
So is it fair to say that it's Akwaje who invited Nkrumah to England?
To England, certainly. Certainly. There are a lot of evidence, but the socialist boys always cover the truth and tell lies to the people. The truth is there. Take, for instance, that Attoh was poisoned from London, revealed in the United States, influence from Gold Coast boss. The paper read all these things in those days. People cover all these things. Let's put it aside. So when Nkrumah came to London, Akwaje left that post. Instead of taking the secretaryship, he left that one, then studied his law. And when he finished, he came to Ghana, Gold Coast. And he met the United Gold Coast Convention people. Pa Grant, Dr. J.B. Dankwa, Beche Belante, Awuna Williams, Blay, and others. And then, in fact...
But these were predominantly Ghans who had Ghan elites. Is that...
Oh, yes. Nothing went on those days without the Ghans participating in it. Oh, yes. We play a major part of it. Anything they did in this country to help gaining independence. Ghans were the top rank on it. But when they reach a place where they can enjoy themselves, Nkrumah became a tribalistic leader. You can read this thing. Not written by Attoh Quarshie, but by...
This is written by R.A. Hammond.
Yes.
Who is R.A. Hammond?
You read it, it will tell you who.
No, I have read it.
Yes.
I have seen this
These are
document.
the CPP own people.
Okay, so this is a document that's...
Which accusing Nkrumah as a tribalistic...
of isolating Gans.
Yes.
And trying to create a community that deprived Ghana of their part in the national cake.
Look, all people who help Nkrumah in this country are Gans. When Nkrumah came, he Francis Weah, Liberia's son, no one knows him. Branson Latte helped him. He went to prison with him. When Nkrumah get power, he put Branson Latte back into prison. Ashinekwe helped Nkrumah. When Nkrumah get power, Ashinekwe also went prison with Nkrumah. When Nkrumah get power, he put Ashinekwe back into prison. Jengrejewu House was formed CYO, Community Youth Organization. Then
what's the name again?
CYO.
No, the person you mentioned before this.
Jengrejewu, North Simpson at Christiansburg. You see, his house, they formed CYO.
Yeah.
And when they went to Sopon, they turned it into CPP.
Good.
Then Nyamite became the General Secretary
Of the CPP.
of the CPP.
I am told that the announcement of the formation of the CPP happened at a UGCC convention.
The point is this. Nkrumah was his UGCC.
Of course.
Jengrejewu, as I said, was his UGCC. Before Nkrumah arrived in the country, the UGCC had put its structures in every corner in the country already.
Okay.
Before Nkrumah came, Nkrumah knew nothing about it. The positive action he made, he used the word positive action, while Pa Grant has mentioned the positive action already, while Nkrumah was not in the country. Why should you people put everything, Kwame Nkrumah? Everything was done before Nkrumah arrived in the country.
No, aho ni leba ye.
Aho neba ye. You see? And they prevent people to listen to the people who speak the truth. So, as the communists always do, when you help a communist and he gain power, he would like to eliminate you because he don't want people who knows his background to live. He want the youth who knew nothing about him to be king over them. You see? So, what reward he give to them? Now, Akwaje has come back to
Ghana.
Gogos.
I keep talking about Ghana. So which year, your estimation, which year would this be when Akwaje came back to Gold Coast?
Akwaje came 47. You see?
So this was before the formation of the UGCC.
They formed the UGCC before Akwaje came. But within the 47.
Okay.
You see? And when he came to, then de Graaf Johnson was the General Secretary of United Gold Coast Convention, not Kwame Nkrumah.
That's Dr. de Graaf Johnson.
Yes. You see?
But he will be a Fanti, is that correct?
Oh, yeah, the Fanti. Actually, the beginning of things here, the Fantis play a major part. You see? That's why I said.
So, can I jump a little? I'll come back to this. But
yes.
So this de Graaf Johnson, the Vice President de Graaf Johnson, is he connected to this de Graaf Johnson?
Oh yes, his cousin.
Oh, that's a cousin, not
yes.
Not
de Graaf Johnson's,
not the son, or
yes, de Graaf Johnson's, the short one and the tall one.
Okay, of course, the Vice President wasn't short, as my memory serves me right.
Vice President rather was short, tall.
Tall, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, the short one was the rear de Graaf Johnson's.
Okay.
Cape Coast.
Cape Coast, yes.
Yes.
Okay. So at this point, we are back to the formation, and we want to now move to how Nkrumah became CPP and the
Correct.
leader of government business and all these things leading up to the independence.
Correct.
So this is where we are getting to now. But we'll just take a short break. This is Footprints on Citi TV. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the program. This is Footprints on Citi TV. My name is Samuel Attah-Mensah, and I'm here with Mr. Attoh Quarshie, and this is a whole compendium of information regarding the struggle towards independence and some of the things that took place that we don't see in our history books. And he's telling us right here. And so if you just joined us, please don't go anywhere. Mr. Attoh Quarshie, now that Nkrumah has started his CPP, obviously out of the UGCC, I want you to just tell us how events unfolded from 1947 leading up to 1957, this 10-year period, and the role that you played as a young political activist, if I can put it that way.
Actually, my leader, as I said, was Dr. J.B. Dankwa, Obeke Bilamte, Paulo Fulata, and others, and Edward Akufo-Addo,
which will be the father
of the present president.
Okay.
Who is not following the father footsteps.
That we'll talk about when we get to our next step.
Yes. You see, so as I said,
so Nkrumah is now leading that.
When Akwaji arrived, and they offer him to take over the general secretaryship from De Graaf Johnson, because it was the aims of the UGCC leaders that they don't want foreign investor to bribe or contribute anything, so that when they gain power, he can say, I need this contract, I need this contract. The professional among them must work and then contribute to the maintenance of the party. So that's why De Graaf Johnson, as a professional doctor, said he's going to work, and then they must find somewhere. Any serving boy can be a general secretary, the same as secondary school. So they are going to work. The same thing Akwaji also give the same excuse, because in those days, when the police head see any lawyer is saluting, pam. Yes. So Akwaji too, as a second lawyer of Labadi, want to put on a gun.
So Akwaji was from La, not Osu.
Oh no, Labadi.
Okay.
It's a Labadi. So he also want to put on a gun. As Amolenu. You see, he is the second to Amolenu.
Because Amolenu, tell me, was he from La or Teshi?
He's the one here, standing there.
Okay, in the picture.
And Nana Akufo-Addo, mother was the one in the cap.
Oh, this one to the right.
Yes, to the right there. Nana Akufo-Addo mother.
Okay.
And others. And Akufo-Addo father. I'm still standing with.
Okay.
Myself and Akufo-Addo father.
All right.
And General Citi Bruce.
Citi Bruce.
Yes.
Okay, all guns.
All guns. You see?
Wow.
So, in fact, as I said, don't let me deviate from the main thing.
Yeah, I know.
So Akwaji,
no, you're telling us your story, anything that excites you. So let's hear
Akwaji declined to take the general
secretary position.
And then so he introduced Nkrumah also in London. After Akwaji left, Nkrumah started suffering. And because he wanted allowance, he joined the communists. You see, his number is 6666.
What number?
Nkrumah communist card number.
In the United Kingdom?
United Kingdom.
So
go and search for Watson Commission.
The Watson Commission?
Yes. When Nkrumah was, Big Six were arrested, they discovered this number. from Sopon.
Okay.
You see, so Kwame said he can do the work as one who like politics. So he introduced Nkrumah in his absence to Dr. J.B. Danko and others. So that's why Nkrumah sent the cable, in which you can see in the inauguration of
the
UGCC for Dr. Dankwa to send him money to come to Ghana, Gold Coast.
Okay, let me get it well. So at this time when the UGCC was formed, was Nkrumah in Ghana?
No.
Was Dr. Dankwa in Ghana?
Yes.
Okay. And so Dr. Dankwa sent
money
to Nkrumah
to come to Ghana.
Good.
Gold Coast. You see? So when Nkrumah arrived at Sekondi, they took him to European town in Sekondi, where Pa Grant lives. Pa Grant is having a house in the Agizin as a merchant.
Yes.
And he had his son too at Sekondi, European town. And he got another one at Anumabo, and Sopon as well. So they brought Nkrumah. When he arrived from the ship, they took him to Pa Grant at European town. And then Pa Grant also finds a car for Nkrumah to come to Accra. And when Nkrumah arrived in Accra, Dr. Dankwa brought him to Palladium to introduce him to the crowd that this is a new general secretary they have got.
Of the UGCC.
UGCC. And then one Odiche, Solomon, a Ghana, offered him Nkrumah a residence. When you are going to Accra New Town, after Am's Hotel, been to Accra New Town, you see some stone house at your right side. That was the house Odiche Solomon is a Muslim. He gave to Nkrumah to live in it the rest of his life.
So this is at Accra New Town, present day, which we used to call Lagos Town.
Yes, old Lagos Town. But Nkrumah never write anything and mention even this man, Solomon. What he had done for him, Kwame Nkrumah. Some grateful person. Liberia son, Kofi Yuya.
Who's Liberia son?
Nkrumah is a Liberia. Nkrumah is not a Ghanaian. Nkrumah's name is Yuya. Francis Yuya. That was Nkrumah's name.
No, hang on. Kwame Nkrumah, you say, is not Ghanaian.
It's not a Ghanaian. Francis Yuya. When he went to go and read, when he went to Liberia, the welcome address, top man said, "Welcome to your fatherland."
Okay, so the mother is Ghanaian, but the father is Liberian.
No one knows his mother.
Hey.
Read Nkrumah
So who's Nyaniba?
Nyaniba was a barren woman who has no child. And they used to carry some stick at the back. Have you read about Benny Bengoble booklet?
Who?
Benny Bengoble.
No.
Nkrumah Minister for Education. Deputy
not.
Minister for Education.
I have not.
You see, a lot of things you people don't read.
That's why we are here.
You see? I'm coming. More. Where Nkrumah own artificial curtains, like Obed Ando, and Ayakumi, and others. I'm coming to that point where you see a lot. So, when Akwaje introduced Nkrumah and Dr. Dankwa brought him to Palladium and introduced him, Pastor Solomon gave him a place to sleep. Branson Lati house, which late Takita Yuha III father. Is the place Nkrumah used to go and eat. And the first clothes Nkrumah put on the Ashanti clothes, Ashanti Kente, was Dr. Branson Latte's clothes. Nkrumah came with a briefcase. He has no portmanteau, nothing.
Oh, in those days, he didn't have a portmanteau.
Oh, but portmanteau is a long-term portmanteaus.
He didn't have that one.
He don't have anything. I say he came with
a
a briefcase. Nkrumah has nothing. Oh. He's one of the... Let's come on to this thing. Let people learn the truth.
Yes, that's why
what I'm saying, if it's wrong, someone can come out and say what Attoh Quarshie said is wrong. Because Kufuor realized the way I stood firmly, fighting for the freedom of this country when Nkrumah is in power.
Okay, so hang on. So you've told us about Nkrumah's foray into this UGCC thing.
Yes.
And then when did he change it to when did he form his CPP?
So as time goes on, he deceived the people, Jengrejewu and others, and they formed CYO, Community Youth Organization, within the UGCC.
Okay.
And when the elderly people realize this, then they take their decision to sack Nkrumah from United Gold Coast Convention. So they held meeting at Sopron, either to reconcile with Nkrumah back after he was suspended. And Nkrumah, being communist, told the youth, Kofi Bakun and others, Jengrejewu, Nyamite was then General Secretary for Community Youth Organization. Nyakumate Kole was the treasurer for
the CYO.
And turned into CPP at Sopom.
So at the convention,
Nkrumah told the people that, well, the elderly people want to reconcile with me, so I'll go. But after, I'll come back to you to tell you the outcome of the meeting. Then your reaction should be no, so that when I come out, we can separate ourselves.
Start our own thing.
Yes. So he went and met the people, the elderly people at the Sopon. And then when
who were some of these elderly people?
Oh, Pa Grant was there.
Okay.
And one Abebio was a chief. I think he was the chairman of that meeting. And a lot of people. So Blay, Auna William,
R.S. Blay,
and Auna Dr. J.B. Danko, Beche Belante, and others were all there. So it happened that when Nkrumah said, okay, hypocrites, he said, I accept the unification, so I'm going to tell my youth what they will say, I'll come back. Then when he went out as planned, they say, hey, if you reconcile with the old people, we are going to kill you. They draw some cutlasses, axe, this and that, waving it in the air. Say, go back and resign and leave the people. That was the communist people. That is. So Nkrumah went back and told the people, my life is in danger. Now I resign from United Gold Coast Convention. And when he went out, then they carried him shoulder high to a place in the Sopon and turned the CYO
into CPP.
Thank
you very much.
Which Nyamite became General Secretary still
of the CPP.
And then Nyakumate Kole, another powerful speaker, became a treasurer, and so on.
And then, of course, Nkrumah became the leader.
Nkrumah became the leader.
Okay.
So he adopted his slogan, say government now. And that
will energize the youth.
Yes. And then, the youth has no patience. He wants their government today. Plant today, grow today, harvest today, eat all today.
And go and sleep.
And even the air, they can swallow them.
Mr. Attoh Quarshie, I think we'll bring this episode to a close now. And when I come back next time, we will be now going deeper into the proper Nkrumah era as head of government.
That is what I want to tell you.
Yes.
There the whole thing is.
Okay, so we've been talking to Mr. Attoh Quarshie, and I don't even know where to start from, because there are things that he's saying that I'm hearing for the first time ever in my life. And Nkrumah, he claims, is not even Ghanaian, that he's Francis Weir.
Yes.
Originally Francis Weir. Are there any documents to
I leave it for you to make a research. Not all things I can research for you.
No, I get you. But I'm just saying that there
are more documents.
Okay. Was there at any point that it was like valid?
He went to St. Augustine's school.
St. Augustine's?
Yes, I think so.
Where?
At Central Region.
In Ghana?
Yes.
Okay. And he went as far.
That's why I asked you whether you have read
No, I have not.
The pamphlet of Benny Bengobre.
No.
Benny Bengobre pamphlet. I don't have one here.
Okay, we'll look at all those
you
things.
Get it.
Well, so he
and
says
you get Nyaniba, and there you see that Nyaniba was not the mother of Kwame Nkrumah. And Nkrumah himself made the remarks when they introduced him to Nyaniba, when he arrived in the country. He said the mother can't recognize him because formerly he had a portraited teeth out like this. And so as the old lady knows him, but he's not the mother of. When you read the Benny Bengobre, it was the Romans, Catholic people who looked for Nyaniba to care for Kwame Nkrumah.
Okay. So you consider Nyaniba as a foster mother?
No. Not biological mother.
Not biological mother. No. Wow. Okay, so, well, there we go. Mr. Attoh Quarshie will be releasing more bombs in our next episode. But this is where we draw the curtains on our program today. This is Footprints, and we've been talking to Mr. Attoh Quarshie. He has seen everything that has to be said. The things we've read in our history books, those are just small patches, but he has the full story from beginning to end. So thank you for watching. This has been Footprints. My name is Attah-Mensah. See you next week.